Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Jonathan Harmon with J Harmon Home Team, powered by Keller Williams. With my buddy, I got his head partially cut off here, but this is Steve Hernandez. There is a reason for that, so check this out. I wanted to show you what we're having coffee, but we're also having this beauty right here. So, Steve, tell me what we got here.
We got a smothered breakfast burrito. I got some chorizo in there. I got some potatoes. I got some eggs and green chili, and topped it off with our almost famous green pork chili.
Yep, so this has actual pieces of pork in the chili sauce. See that? It is delicious. And we're gonna cut into this bad boy. So this is a chorizo one?
Yeah.
So you do chorizo and bacon, and if on special requests for special people, you have some other things that you might throw in there too, right?
I got some steak that I marinate for 48 hours. It's skirt steak. We actually use it for our fajitas.
Right.
So.
All right, so look at that. We got eggs, we got chorizo, we got cheese, we got more green chili inside there, potatoes, and this is the best breakfast in Rutherford County. So,
Thank you, John.
Oh yeah, that's good. I honestly didn't intend on getting breakfast today, so I put on a few pounds since I started eating here. But it's mostly because I eat here. Sorry about that little pause there. And What do you normally eat for breakfast? Do you come in and fix yourself a big burrito every day?
You know, I have a tendency to graze, which is not a good thing either. You know, it starts out with a couple pieces of bacon and some potatoes. I usually don't sit down and eat a meal, but yeah.
Well, that is fantastic. I promise I'm not going to eat for this entire interview, but I am going to have a couple more bites while it's still hot.
As you should.
And in the meantime, Steve, you've been open here in Murfreesboro for how long now?
This is going on our 7th month.
7th month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're on month 7.
And we're over 306 West Vine,
yep.
right across from the water department.
Right off the square, Vine and Broad.
Mm-hmm. And so tell me your history. Like, how did this come about? How did you get here?
Well, I've been in the restaurant industry pretty much all my life, literally all my life. I was born in the restaurant. My Aunt Lupe had a restaurant growing up. My mom was in the kitchen all of her life, so I was next to her in the kitchen.
And where was that?
So in Missouri, St. Joseph, Missouri, near Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
And just been in the industry literally all my life. Just cooked all my life, and did everything from mom and pop to family style to fine dining. I spent 10 years up in Seattle doing fine dining. Some really nice waterfront restaurants out there.
Wow.
So yeah, it's kind of in my blood. I feel kind of like a fish out of water when I'm not in the kitchen too much. But yeah, it's kind of what I do. It's the only thing I really do. So it's kind of a passion I've had for a long time. Mexican food has always been a passion, just because my Aunt Lupe, my mom, and my Mexican heritage. So I've always had that passion for that, and this has kind of always been my dream. And
Can you talk just a little louder? I'm gonna move this a little closer to you.
My wife got a job relocation out here to Nashville. I had a business plan ready to go up in Denver, Colorado. That's where my wife and I live. And had a business plan ready to go, ready to open up, and she got a job relocation out here. Great package for us. Both of our kids had took it off to college, so we were empty nested it, didn't have a lot to lose. So we just ended up out here.
Nice. So from Denver from Missouri to
Colorado, yeah.
Colorado,
Missouri to Denver to here.
Okay.
And so this is where it all began, really, for this anyway.
So 7 months. I'm assuming you planned it more than 7 months ago, obviously.
Oh yeah.
So
I've been planning for a while.
Was Hernandez Mexican Deli? Was this always what the model would look like for you?
No, actually,
it's a pretty small menu.
Actually, it's not. Actually, to be honest with you, John, my vision was more of the deli, the way that it's supposed to be called a deli, and in that, what I was going to have was this prepared food: the pulled pork, the pulled chicken, taco meat, the beans, the rice, the green chili, everything available deli style to take out. And I still might be a possibility in the future, but it was that.
So not necessarily a sit down dine in type
right,
scenario.
Right. But when I acquired this place, it had so many tables and the space was so big that I just decided to go with the sit down. But I still do takeout, and it's still a big,
quite a bit of catering, right?
yeah. Trying to push more on catering.
Yep. So we we did a breakfast here not too long ago, and it was cool the way we had it set up, and we had each of the components of this sitting there. People could make a taco, they could make a plate, whatever, and it was quite good. So Bobby just asked, how do you get in the borough, and so your wife, you guys moved to Nolensville. Why Murfreesboro? Why not Nolensville? Or?
Well, we looked. My realtor and I looked up in that area. We looked in Nashville. We looked all over the area, and we weren't really finding a lot. The thing that I was running into the most is that non-compete clause that a lot of strip malls have now, and where you can't have a Mexican restaurant next to another Mexican restaurant, and there's like non-compete clauses in the leases now. So I mean, since there's a Mexican restaurant in every street corner in Nashville, and I just couldn't find any place. And that's where we were running into a lot of places. So my realtor found this place, and some stop had just been getting ready to close. So I basically, it was an asset-only sale. I took over the assets, took over the lease, and changed it to my food and my name.
And painted that awful pink.
No offense, Travis.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a landmark, right? I mean, it's pink. So, okay, well, that's cool, man. And so tell me a little bit about the bull. That was one of my favorite stories that you told me.
Well, the bull. Actually, I was contemplating on a name and a logo for this place, and my daughters and my wife both decided that we might as well just take on my last name because it's unique, and every other Mexican restaurant name is already somewhere in the books, and I wanted something unique and something different. And I didn't want to hell this or a lost ass or a roast this because I wanted to be set apart from all the other Mexican establishments. So I didn't want necessarily a Mexican name, and so my family and my wife, my daughters said, use your name. And so I did, and then I was struggling with a logo, and my brother was an artist down in New Mexico. He was down there for almost 30 years, pretty well-known artist out there, and he traveled all over the world. He traveled to Greece, Paris, Rome, Spain. He actually ran with the Bulls in Pamplona, Spain, back in '95. He ran with the Bulls, and when he came back, he was inspired and did some of his some artwork of the Bulls and that whole era. And then he he scribbled a design of a bull and he put it on with a tattoo on his arm, and that was a tattoo on his arm. Fortunately, my brother passed away a few years ago, and left us with his art, which is amazing. And well, a couple years ago, well, last year actually, when I was putting this together, in the middle of the night, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning just with that bull vision in my head. It was as though he gave it to me, and it was really cool. It was a neat experience for me. And I woke up and I literally woke my wife up and I said, I know what logo I'm going to use. So
you've been racking your brain trying to think of a logo.
Think of a
and
logo.
It was like you were saying, use the bull, stupid.
It's right here. So I did, and it turned out pretty good. So,
yeah, I love it.
That's actually, believe it or not, that's his signature as well, his art signature that he signed all of his prints with too as well. So that's his signature and his bull, my food,
right?
And just kind of in honor of Steven Hernandez, the second.
The second,
yeah.
And you got a cool little display. I'll show it here in just a minute on camera. There's a display over on this wall that has some history of him, kind of this story. And he was a well-known artist. Had a gallery in Albuquerque, right?
Yeah, old town Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah. And he's also got prints all over the world. He actually made a couple of prints, and a couple of them went on that Breaking Bad show.
Oh yeah.
With hospital scenes. But interesting enough too is the festival of Pamplona, where he ran with the Bulls, is taken every year on July 7th. Well, my father was born on July 7th, and so that's why he got his name Fermin, and so he in turn named his first son Fermin.
Nice.
So that's kind of where that whole.
That's pretty awesome. Recipes? I mean, are these recipes that you've come up with, or
Well,
are they?
it's kind of a combination of both. The enchiladas that I have are brought down from my Aunt Lupe and my mom.
They're ridiculous, by the way. I mean, they're outstanding.
They're unique in the fact that they're made with flour tortillas instead of corn tortillas that most of the places use.
Uh-huh.
And the sauce that I use is actually seared into the tortilla.
Yeah, they're not real, like a typical Mexican restaurant, they're going to be real saucy and kind of messy.
Yeah.
Yours, you could almost pick them up.
Almost pick them up. And if you put them in the refrigerator overnight and you get hungry in the middle of the night, you can actually go in there and
That's
eat
better
like
than
that.
cold pizza, isn't it?
Exactly. So it's pretty tasty. But so that and the salsa and my rice and beans, obviously they were all brought kind of down from the family. The green chili was actually taken from Colorado, New Mexico area because I use the Hatch New Mexico green chilies.
Uh-huh.
So that was kind of brought from that area.
So you've met my friend Lisi,
Right.
and her father lived in Albuquerque actually, and the very first time I ever got a chance to have green chili, right? It's not green chili sauce, it's green chili, right? Was out there in Albuquerque. We took a trip out there when he passed away, and there's nowhere here that does it, and there's certainly nowhere here that does it right. And so when I first found you guys and I saw that you could get the green chili, I was like, we had just gotten back from Albuquerque, and I was like, oh my goodness, Lacey, they've got green chili. And I had it, and it is as good, if not better, than any of the stuff we had out there.
Yeah, it's good. It's unique because it's not around here, so that's kind of why I wanted to bring it here. And it goes really good on the enchiladas, and
It goes really good on everything.
On the breakfast burritos.
Well, and the crazy thing is, like out there, it's literally everywhere. You can get it on pizza, you can get it on hamburgers, you can get it on, you name it, you can get it on anything. That's just what they eat out there, you know?
Yeah, it hasn't gotten that big here yet, but hoping it will.
Well, if it does, you are definitely, you've got the market on that because it's delicious.
Cool.
Okay, so what else, I know the restaurant has evolved. What's been some of your biggest surprises since you've opened here?
I think the as far as surprises, when I'm going to be busy and when I'm not going to be busy, it really surprises me because I've been in the industry all my life, and usually there's some sort of a pattern that you can follow where you have your slow days, your busy days, your slow hours, your busy hours. But here in Murfreesboro, there's just no rhyme or reason. Like I said yesterday, 30 people walked in all at once. I don't know where they came from, and we served them, and it was a great time. But just random businesses. That always surprised me. The randomness of the business.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, so my favorite thing here is obviously breakfast. I eat your breakfast all the time. There are no Mexican restaurants that do breakfast in this area. And, where I'm from South Texas. And there's, we lived in a little town. There's 2,000 people. And there's like 4 restaurants that serve this, minus the green chili. And I mean, it's just what you do. Everybody goes and has breakfast, and then they go to work. They open at 5 o'clock in the morning. They have the homemade tortillas, and all of that. And there's just Murfreesboro in our area in general is an odd place for breakfast because there's really just not very many breakfast places in general, other than drive-thrus, right? So to have a place that has, for me, it's a little taste at home. To have a place that has a good breakfast that's not a biscuit, right? I mean, that's tremendous to me, And I don't know if it just hasn't caught on. If people's schedules kind of interfere with that, if it's more of a treat for them to go out for breakfast. I don't know. That's an interesting observation that you have there.
Yeah. Well, if people really want biscuits, I'll make them biscuits, and I can make it with the chorizo sausage inside. So we could do a chorizo sausage biscuit with cheese.
That could be interesting. Don't make biscuits. You don't need biscuits. Your burritos are better than any biscuit I've ever had. So, But so anyway, we do this. We do this every week. We do a sit down with a business owner, or not necessarily a business owner, but an influential person. And you know, I think I've been in here probably 50 times, 60 times since I first met you guys, and talk about you guys all the time. You know, my goal. Bobby asked how sales have been. He's a friend of mine, and you know, the thing is, there's a lot of choices for restaurants in Murfreesboro, and you know, people need to know about. Excuse me, that coffee's getting to me a little bit. People need to know about this restaurant. They need to know about you. Your service is outstanding here. You know, your food is outstanding. It is definitely a unique restaurant here in Rutherford County. So, what can we do to get the word out? You know, how do we help do that?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you to you, John, for getting that word out. I can't tell you how many people have come in here and says, "Yeah, John sent me. Yeah, John sent me. John sent me." I mean, it's like literally a couple a day.
Oh yeah.
And I really appreciate that. That's really, really cool. I think it's really cool that the local businesses are supporting each other. I think it's really, really neat. I really like that about this area. Everybody's supporting each other, and word of mouth is just it's one of those things. It's gold. You know.
Yeah.
It's
What's the most effective because it's the least expensive advertising?
Yeah, exactly. It is. You're right there. And no, but I really appreciate what you've done for me. And people, like I said, people come in and say, "Yeah, John sent me. John sent me." And I appreciate things like this. So things like that really help out a lot. I think people just need to know that the food here is just not like anything else. It's fresh. I make all my sauces and everything is made here. I don't have a freezer, so nothing is brought in frozen, nothing is brought in prepared.
You don't even have a freezer?
No, it's everything's
That's awesome.
Everything's made fresh here, and even the potatoes in the morning, I fry them up from Idaho potatoes, and everything's just made good. And it's you know, we're just here to feed people because that's our passion is to feed people and make them happy. And I want people to maintain. When people come in here, I want them to feel like they're in my house because that's what I want. That's my
well. And you listen to your customers. You know, I mean, for the longest time, you guys used foam plates, and you were getting some feedback that you know the foam plates felt cheap, right? So you got some plates, and the plates are nice, and it does it steps it up a little bit for when you're dining in. You know,
people were asking me for avocados and guacamole. And after about the 10th person, it's like I better put some guacamole on there.
Well, and then I was in here when you guys were working. I tried like 3 different guacamoles here, and I was like, no, it needs a little bit more of this. And you listened and you did it, and your guacamole is outstanding.
Yeah.
And I make really good guacamole, so that's a big deal for me to say that.
Well, that's just it. You know, you listen to the guests when they come in, and they're guests, by the way. I don't ever consider them customers. They're always guests because they're guests in my own home. So
yeah,
we treat them like guests, and they're you're welcome to come here and kick your shoes off and relax and have a good time.
Be careful about kicking shoes off, man.
I don't care. It's my house.
Yeah. So
Mi casa su casa, right?
Right. Lunch special. Let's talk about that because you guys have added and tried some different things each day of the week. You have some different stuff. What's your favorite thing that you do not every day?
Probably chimichangas are something that people really like. They're a little time consuming, so it's difficult for me to do on a daily basis. But when we have them, they sell really well. The chimichanga, in case you don't know, is a fried burrito, and it's made. We make it differently all the time. Sometimes we put pork and chorizo in there. Sometimes we put chicken. Sometimes we put beef. But it's basically a fried burrito that's comes out delicious.
It is delicious. I've had the chicken one.
And, so those are good. The fajitas are really good because they're marinated. Like I said, I use skirt steak and it's marinated for 48 hours and nice and tender.
They're real fajitas. That's the thing, right? Like you actually cut them from where they're supposed to come.
Yeah, skirt steak. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the chicken avocado wrap is making a big splash. I put that out as a special one week. To see how it ran and people liked it and they kept coming back for it, so I'm probably going to just keep it on the menu. It's a chicken avocado wrap. It's a cold wrap. I use a jalapeno cheddar tortilla and I put some chipotle mayonnaise on there, chicken, lettuce, cheese, avocado, and then I put a little seasoned chips in there for a little crunch. Wrap it up and I put some homemade potato chips with it.
Nice.
And that's kind of something that people come back for. So I think I'm gonna leave that on the menu. I'm always open for ideas. If anybody has ideas, let me know, and I'll try it out. You know, I know a lot of people want tamales, but that's just one thing that I can't do right now.
That's so time consuming.
Unless I have one person that could just do that and sit back there and make tamales all day. But,
I love tamales. That's my favorite. I think I've even mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they're a lot of work.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of work. Even the cooking process, right? Steaming them and everything else.
It's an all-day process. So.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, Steve, I know you've got to get back. He runs a pretty lean crew here, and
I gotta also just give a hand to my crew too, because Kayla and Alex and they're just, I got a new guy here, Jared. He's great, and I couldn't do it without him. So those
Kayla and
guys,
Alex have been with you from
Kayla
day
and
one,
Alex
right?
have been with me from day one, and I just love them both, and they're just great. They're great with the guests. They're great with the food. They're great with everything else. So thank you guys, and just you guys mean the world to me, because I couldn't do it without you. So.
Well, you realize that for me, this is sort of like my cheers, right? Like I walk in and y'all holler, "Hey, Jonathan," and yet they know my kids, and you know, he even knows what I ordered now. I mean, this is my cheers, right? I'm your Norm.
Well, it's because you're a guest in my home, so that's what I always want to accomplish.
It's awesome. It's awesome. So, anything coming up that people need to know about? I mean, any cool stuff you're gonna try soon? Or?
No, I just really like to push that office catering and catering. If anybody wants, I'm gonna try to advertise that more on social media. But you know, we got some really nice aluminum pans that I can put beans and rice and chili and enchiladas and whatever else you want to take out to feed the family or feed the office, or you know, that really helps a lot too. And you know, hopefully I want to get some soups rolling out here. I'm a little late in the game on that, but maybe some pozole or some tortilla soup.
Lisa, did you hear that? Pozole.
Yeah,
I had that for the first time in New Mexico
don't know
too.
what pozole is.
It's delicious, is what it is.
Yeah.
If it's good, right? I bought some canned pozole, and don't do that.
Right.
It's not very good.
So yeah, hopefully maybe make some soups here in the next couple of weeks, and just try to push that catering a little bit more, and we'll just continue to do what we do, and hopefully people will recognize that we're just here to serve out some good food and put out some good service.
So hours, you guys are open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., right?
Yeah.
And so breakfast and lunch, or an early dinner or something you can take home for dinner.
Yeah.
And you know, for lunch, definitely try the fajitas. They're awesome. And breakfast, I mean, you just got to get a burrito. You got to do it. So you've heard me talk about it a bunch. You guys are gonna love coming in here. Steve, I mean, every single time he has guests, he makes a round and talks to them at the tables. His crew is awesome. The food is outstanding. You really just can't go wrong. So get your butts over here, get you a burrito, come meet my buddy Steve, and get your bellies full. So
Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
yeah, man. Merry Christmas.
Right, thanks, man. Appreciate
you.
Merry Christmas. Thanks.
All right, Jonathan Harmon, J Harmon Home Team. You guys have a great day, and I will see you again next week for the Christmas edition. And tune in. It's gonna be fun. So are you guys open Monday? Probably not Tuesday.
Probably not Monday and Tuesday. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. What do y'all think? I mean, I'm thinking maybe Monday and Tuesday closed.
Yeah. Give the time for the family. Definitely Tuesday for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well,
Appreciate you.
Check it
Thanks.
out.
Thanks,
See
guys.
ya. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
it.